the world was changing. We all knew. But what made it real for me was a man who embodied the convergence of myth and reality, of invention through basketball, throwing open the door for every player or inventor that came forward since. I wrote the following passage in my book. For an original, unmatched array of force and skill, look no further than Julius Erving. Dr. J redefined both the slam dunk and the finger roll, and reinvented the game's stylistic possibilities through his ability not only to jump higher, but to stay up longer. Gracefully extending his limbs like an elongated yadro, he found spaces in the air that others didn't even know existed. No artist has put more new colors on the basketball palette. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome my inspiration, How Basketball Can Save the World personified, ambassador among ambassadors, Dr. J, Julius Erving.
So am I on? Yes, sir. You know, that man's a tough act to follow. But to David, John DeLever, Hall of Fame president, Ariel, my new buddy. He's been giving me an earful since he sat down. Greetings to you and the audience gathered here today to celebrate the United Nations' first ever National Day of Basketball. And what an honor this is to address this distinguished group of representatives from the countries of the free world. I thank you for the honor and proudly recognize my family and friends who are present today. So first, say hello to my sister's son, Barry Bookhart, who I'd like to have stand up. My personal assistant since 1984, Mrs. Valerie Small. My guardian angel and my first coach, Don Ryan. And the most special point guard that I've ever had in my life at age 11, Mr. Al Williams, whose courage and willingness to adapt inspires me to this day. Al, please stand up. So I was born in New York in 1950, a place called Meadowbrook Hospital. It's now called the Nassau County Medical Center. I vaguely remember visiting the UN on a Prospect Elementary School field trip from Long Island. That visit, my teachers and classmates and I anonymously made a side door entrance. Today, I have come through the front door, I think. And it's only because of basketball. What a difference. Basketball has taken me on a journey for 60 plus years. The game has allowed me to visit hundreds of cities around the world. Many times, I played games competitively. Sometimes I did clinics and gave lectures. Other times, I was, simply put, a tourist because of basketball and thanks to basketball. I've always believed that sports and music were common denominators on how each brings people together. No matter the language barriers, cultural differences, religious beliefs, or skin color, no matter the height, weight, shape, or size, no matter the genre, vocal range, style, or profile, sports and music bring people together all around the world. I wish it was that easy, and so do you. I was born in 1950, like I said, into a segregated society that was trying very hard to figure out integration. Prospect Elementary featured black and white teachers, black and white students, and to me represented a path to the American dream. Having an older sister, Alexis, and a younger brother, Marvin, helped me to balance my goals and expectations as the middle child. I loved them dearly, and each sought my attention and approval to tip the scale in their favor. That long story became shortened when Marvin succumbed to complications of lupus disease at age 16. My natural father, Julius Sr., had passed in that same decade of my life. People had always tell me that if tragedy doesn't kill you, then it makes you stronger. I believe my father's and brother's spirits resided in me, and never more so than when I competed on the basketball court. 3 versus 1 gives you quite an advantage in any sport. And then age 19, when I met and befriended the great Bill Russell. He asked me to call him William, and I did. He was touring college campuses and came to UMass. Somehow, by the time he left the school, he had extended his hand in friendship, a friendship that lasted until his passing last year. The ultimate champion of our sport leaves a void that no one will ever fill. May he rest in peace, my friend, William. Other players have been great influences on my style of play. Elgin Baylor for one, Connie Hawkins for another. And they get credit for playing like I dreamed that one day I could play like. Soaring and scoring, attacking the rim against the Giants, and of course, in-air improvisation and hang time. My first international trip was to the then USSR. I was 20 years old, had finished my sophomore year at UMass. The same trip with the USA Olympic Development Team took me to Poland and Finland, who also enjoy and play very good basketball. Boy, did I love traveling. And I swore that I would always travel. Ironically, I was invited as an alternate, but ended up leading the team in scoring and rebounding. Go figure. Maybe that's the 3-in-1 combination again. The next year's pro offer meant goodbye to the '72 Olympics and second place for the USA to Russia. I wish I could have been there, but now I was a pro. Basketball ranks second or third, I guess, globally, and continues to rise exponentially as I speak. These greatest players are from everywhere. There's a court, rims, and nets. Joel Embiid, Luka Doncic, and Nikola Jokic. Right there alongside LeBron James, Steph Curry, and Kevin Durant, and many more. Who knew that the game would grow and have such a global parity? No one. Well, maybe Dr. James Naismith, the original Dr. J. In closing, let me share that one of my goals was to leave the game I loved in better shape than it was before I got there. So now I challenge all the present players here and globally to accept that challenge, because you have many more tools to work with and more opportunity to do so. May God be with you, Dr. J.
Thank you, Dr. J, for that very inspiring message. You are really an American treasure, a global icon.